The last British trade and mail post on the road to Lhasa, and are met by an honor guard of sepoy mounted infantry. Our American flag and the British flag are raised together in a gesture of friendship. Our first official welcome was rendered by Major Gloin and Tibetan notables. Major Gloin's honor guard gives us a military send-off. Our horses are small but sturdy. The only difficulty is trying to look dignified riding them. The Eastern Magistrate of Gyansi also comes out to see us off.
The Tibetans loved their independence and were clearly entitled to enjoy it. They had no wish to be liberated. The little Tibetan army was hurriedly reorganized under the supervision of a cabinet minister. Monks and officials were trained as officers. New regiments were raised and the richer classes called upon to furnish and equip another 1,000 men.
Campers from eastern Tibet took up defensive positions and were soon joined by Tibetan soldiers. The Tibetan people had taken matters into their own hands.
The rebel band
5,000 men gathered here, and a series of attacks was launched against the Chinese. The two men radioed the success of the guerrilla campaign to the CIA, who then made the decision to step up its support. They made their first arms drop to the resistance.
Outnumbered by 10 to 1, poorly armed with no battle plans, the tiny Tibetan army was crushed. The pretext for the intervention was the presence of a foreign army, 6 advisors, and a radio man, Robert Ford. Just before being captured, he was able to warn Lhasa of the imminent danger. The decision was taken to send the Dalai Lama away to safety, somewhere near the Indian border. With him went a part of the royal treasure, containers of gold powder. This had already been done.
Swathe of southern Tibet. The CIA made a second arms drop. 2 days after the Lhasa uprising, the Dalai Lama, disguised as a soldier, escaped from his palace. These pictures show the Dalai Lama and his entourage escorted by resistance fighters making their way south into guerrilla-held territory where they hope to set up temporary headquarters. The radio team met up with the escape party. While the parachute missions were taking place, the CIA agreed to support the exiled Tibetan resistance in a new operation. The plan was to send small groups of men secretly into Nepal and from there into Tibet, where they would set up guerrilla units. Mustang, a remote corner of Nepal that juts into Tibet, was chosen as the base in Mustang itself. In the autumn of 1960, almost a year after the initial group had arrived in Mustang, the CIA made its first arms drop. Four Camp Hale trainees were also parachuted in, and about 20 more came overland. Training began in earnest, and the guerrillas were organized along the lines of a modern army. From now on, the Mustang Resistance Force would be funded by the CIA. The commander of Mustang was Baba Yishi, a former monk and resistance leader.